All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. And salutation and much love to you, Akim, out there pushing out this word in truth and sincerity. And I just want to do an exhortational video, Lord, as well as edifying. As we approaching these last days, we see that we're getting closer to the end, with all the signs that the Lord is giving us. All right, He's beginning to visit the earth. All right, everything that the Lord said would be happening before He returned is, believe it or not, happening. All right, we're just waiting on a few last of the prophecies. Mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip. Got the War of Armageddon. I'm a Godwan, World War III. All right, and then a few others, martial law, race riots, and so on. But as we see these perilous times approaching and have already begun to happen, all right, we're to be storing up that spiritual treasure. Like the scriptures say, where your heart is, or where your treasure is, that's where your heart is going to be also, roughly paraphrasing. So we're supposed to be storing up riches in the heavens, storing up with those spiritual shekels. All right, like when shit hits the fan, people, what they do a bank run. They go to the bank and cash out, take all the money out. And that's what we got to be doing now spiritually, hey, cash in, man. Go get all the spiritual money you can right now before it's too late, because eventually it's gonna run out, and then you ain't gonna be nothing left in the bank, so to say, because everybody's getting it. And then if you look at it in the spiritual aspect, that's what we're doing, because we see the times that are at hand. So what are we doing? We're filling them lamps with oil. All right, because when Matthew 25, it talks about the 10 virgins, the 5 wise, and the 5 foolish. All right. Well, the 5 wise, they took enough oil. The 5 or foolish or unwise, they didn't take enough. All right, because they didn't think that it was really gonna go down. They didn't have faith. They didn't have true faith. Okay. So what we're doing is we're loading up. We're seeking the Lord while He can be found, before judgment hits judgment truly comes to the streets. And then there ain't gonna be no more teachers, all right? There ain't gonna be no more classes. We ain't gonna be going out there on the highways and byways, because the famine of the world is gonna come. And that's why we're building ourselves up now, because we see the evils. Like the Proverbs say, a prudent man foreseeth evil and he hideth himself. And then roughly paraphrase says the fool, he just goes on with his business. But where are we hiding ourselves? We're hiding ourselves in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right, we're getting more knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. So when that time comes, as the scriptures say, knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times. But if you don't have enough of that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, then you're gonna be shit out of luck. All right, and there ain't gonna be in that time. There's not gonna be a chance to get more. Like I was making the example of the bank run. When it runs out, it's out, man. There's no more you can get. It's over. And that's what we're doing now. We're filling those spiritual bank accounts. All right, so that we can be able to use it in that day, cash it in, so to say. Lamont. So brothers, are growing spiritually, growing in this faith. All right, so that's as a body, we're all growing, and each individual member has to grow as well. You can't be stagnant, because if you're not growing, you're dying. If you're not moving forward, you're moving backwards. There's no such thing as standing still in this truth. There's no need for stationary cats in this truth, man. It's all full steam ahead, you know. Let's move forward as a unit, and let's grow together. All right, because you're only gonna be able to use your knowledge and wisdom and understanding in that time. You know, when that time comes, you're not gonna be able to, you know, depend on what the next man has stored up. It's gonna be about what you've been storing up, what you've been gathering, right? The effort you've been putting in. All right, and that's when it comes down to self-examining. How much effort are you willing to put into this truth? If you're not growing, then you're doing something wrong. You need to change something. You need to put more effort and time into this truth. More time into studying, more time into reading, prayer, whatever it may be. Every man's situation is different, but it's going to be manifested in that day when it's time to cash it in. Cash in what you've been storing up, them treasures. And every man's portion is different, but that's not gonna be an excuse for you to say that you know this or that, because we understand there's different levels of faith. You know, different portions was distributed to different men, but you need to obtain the maximum level that you need to fulfill your maximum potential, so to say, right? And some men are weaker in the faith, but they still have a level they can obtain. All right, and you should want to grow in this truth, man. You should want to continue to get more knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and faith. You should be wanting to get more faith, and then you have to pray for those things too. The Lord said, "Ask and you shall receive." But when you ask, man, you put your due diligence to make it manifest, man. If you asking the Lord for more knowledge, well, then maybe you need to study more, get in the scriptures more, watch some of them breakdowns, man. All right, because you know, doing these things, rehearsing it over and over, practicing these things we've been taught from our elders, on apostles and elders. You know, this is to build up your faith. All right. You know, the Lord starts, the more effort you put in, all right, the more effort the Lord gonna put in, you know, if you understand what I'm saying. You get out what you put in. If you just all lackadaisy, just chilling, cruising, then, you know, that's what the Lord's gonna put into you. You're not, if you're not serious about the Lord, why would the Lord be serious about you? Okay, we got to make this truth our priority, especially in these times, man. There's some dark times we're living in, man. You see what's going on in the world. Abominations popping up left and right, man. Everywhere you look is freaking freaks out there, man. All these disasters happening, natural disasters, the pestilence breaking out. Okay, madmen, evil men, and seducers waxing worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. So this is the time, man, to really put forth the effort into getting that treasure stored up. I mean, what else is there to do? I mean, we got to live our jobs, you know, live our lives, maintaining in this world. Can't be a bum and a beggar. But the priority is this truth. All right, the brotherhood. Pleasing Yahweh Shem Yahushua with your faith, and showing them your faith through your works. All right, and if you have faith, you're going to have works. And that's in your everyday. All right, that's every day. It's not just on the weekends or when you're around brothers. This thing is to be applied every day to the best of your ability. You're supposed to use this knowledge and understanding and apply it to your everyday walk to make your life better, man, really. To make your life easier, all right? Not getting frustrated over simple things. You're supposed to apply the scriptures when things happen. But, you know, a lot of people just, you know, everything goes out the window when tribulation arises, man. You don't want to be that guy. Because what happens when the shit really hits the fan? You going to just throw everything you knew out the window? That's why you got to be grounded in this truth. Have a solid foundation. right? Because anytime you're gonna grow something, right, you don't just throw seeds and just start throwing seeds and you just throw some water on top. No, man, it starts with the foundation. The soil has to be prepped. All right, so you have to have a foundation before you can actually learn this stuff. Some people think they could just learn it and then it's going to come natural to them. No, you have to get a solid foundation first and then build upon it, then let it grow, then the seeds will grow. That's why a lot of guys don't know how to apply this word in their day-to-day walk, because they never started with the foundation. You know, when you're building a house, you start with the foundation. You don't start at the roof, or you don't start putting up walls. No, you start with the foundation, and then you build the house. Right? Become the master of the basics. Okay? Master the basics. And then everything else will fall into its place, man. When you get them basics down, then you start increasing knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Because now you understand things better. Because, well, you have a solid understanding of the basics. All right, and that works in all aspects of life. You can take that mindset and apply it into the world, and you're going to be off better, you know, in your day-to-day walk. There's no reason you should be walking around moping all the time, man. You hear this, you have the greatest knowledge on the planet, but you're not utilizing it. You know, so if you can't utilize it now when things are easy, how are you going to utilize the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding when the times are tough, when people are dropping like flies around you? You know? So now is the time to be working on it, man. And it comes with self-examining, okay, daily, studying, all right, prayer, and trusting in Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You know? If you trust in him in this truth, when you talking about this truth, man, then trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushai in your everyday walk, man. All right, not just when things are good, but when things are bad. Just know there's a plan, and you got to be able to know how to rock with it, man. All right, so you know, Lord's will, that was edifying. Brothers, just gather up them shekels, man, the spiritual shekels, store them up. Because we're going to need them in these times, these last days. All right. The going's going to get a lot rougher. All right. So with that, Lord's will, just edifying. Shalom.